VHF UHF Net. This is Ted, Kilo Oscar 6 Alpha India Mike, and the station will act as net control. Prior to beginning the net, is there any emergency, priority, or echo link traffic? No emergency, priority, or echo link traffic heard. We will now resume the net. Welcome to the SOARA Weekly VHF UHF Net. This net is held every Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. local time on the SOARA links 447.180, 224.640, and 147.645 repeaters. This net is open to all FCC licensed amateurs. You do not need to be a SOARA member. We welcome check-ins and participation from guests. For our discussion tonight, we will have a discussion around what gets you on the air. What sort of things motivate you most for getting on your radio and using it? Special events, POTA, net, box hunting, contesting, DXing, MCOM, or whatever else strikes your fancy. Before we get into that discussion, do we have any announcements from the club?
Echo 6 Hotel, Ray.
I am the one having issues here. AE6H, calling on you.
Okay, and thanks, Ted, and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the net. Just like to remind folks that upcoming on the 24th of this month is Winterfield Day. It'll be Gilroy Park. That's a Saturday morning. We'll show up around 9, start setting up, hopefully operating by 10. And we'll continue until it gets cold, dark, and hungry, which will probably be around 4 p.m. Winterfield Day does run for 24 hours, just like the ARRL Summer Field Day. However, the timing is a little bit different. They will start at 8 a.m. our time for operating and go till 8 a.m. Sunday morning, whereas the ARRL Field Day in the summer starts at 11 a.m. our time. It goes to 11 a.m. Sunday morning. At any rate, SOARA will probably give up around 4 p.m. because we'll be at Gilroy Park and again start getting dark, cold, and hungry by then. Hope everybody can make it. We hope to have at least 3 HF transmitters on the air, and not much else to add other than should be a fun portable operating event. We won't go put up towers or anything like that. It'll be prototype antennas and portable operating. That's all I have tonight, Ted. Thanks for running the net. This is AE6H over the net.
Thank you so much, Ray. I'll check real quick. Are there any other announcements from the club? Nothing heard. I do know that other Ray, NOV, is always looking for articles for the propagators. So if you have anything that you want to share, please send him an email. You can look up his email address on SOARA.org. At this time, I'll be taking check-ins. Please give your name, call sign, and let me know if you'd like to participate in the discussion. Let's go ahead and take it 3 calls at 3 people at a time. Come now.
This is Tom, Kilo Indian 6 Delta Delta Bravo, with story.
India 6 with E-Echo, and no participation. Was a double on the first one. I believe I got Kilo India 6 Delta Delta Bravo, and then I also got Mike afterwards, Alpha India 6 with E-Echo. And Mike, I hear that you're not participating, but I will let you know my cat just jumped into my lap to say hello. If the other station from the first one wants to come now with their name and call sign, please. Kilo Oscar 6, charge is resolved, and we'll participate. It's about to go a little late. I am having a hard time picking that station up. Is anyone able to relay that message?
It's Kilo Oscar 6 Charlie Zulu Golf. His audio is very light, and I did not get a name. It's possibly Ravi. If Ravi or KO6 Charlie Zulu Golf, can you go back with your name, please?
Stepping outside to try to get a better reception in my front yard, even though it's full of Mark, Kilo Oscar 6, Golf.
Okay, did you copy that was Mark, Ted?
I did. I copied Mark that time. Thank you so much. So currently I have 86H, Kilo India 6, Delta Delta Bravo, 8, Alpha India 6 with Echo, Kilo Oscar 6, Charlie Zulu Golf, If there's anyone else who would like to check in, please come now.
Kilo Oscar 6, Alpha Oscar Lima, Mike.
Mike, Kilo Oscar 6, Alpha Oscar Lima. Got you checked in. At this time, we'll go ahead and start at the top of the order. So that's you, Mr. Ray, AE6H.
Well, thanks, Ted, and once again, thanks for running the net. And as far as discussion, what motivates me to get on? Well, I'm always changing motivations, I guess. I've always enjoyed nets, so I try to make as many of those that I can effectively reach. Unfortunately, my QT8 doesn't allow me to participate very well in the SOARA Sunday morning HF net. I've got a little bit of a tall hill between myself and most of the stations in the rest of Orange County, so and especially the typical net control stations. So I don't reach them at all. But I also enjoy now these days more and more portable ops, and hoping to get serious about POTA in the near future. So that's my motivation these days, is trying to set up for portable ops. Oh yes, and of course I participate in MCOM in the Orange County Fire Watch program. So that's my motivation. Over to net, E6H.
Hey, great, excellent motivations. I think I have all three of those on my list. I have not made a POTA activation either way, but it is on my list, and I hear you about having a hill in the way, let me tell you. All right, I was able to look it up because I didn't catch it due to the double. So I've got Kilo India 6, Delta Delta Bravo, Thomas. Over to you.
Yeah, good evening, Ted. And that's two main things that I'm anxious to get on the air for. One is as I tell new ham radio people, ham radio is a cornucopia of community service opportunities. And starting when I first was with SOARA some 18 years ago, we got the Laguna Hills Half Marathon and a bunch of other events that I got involved in. And being a treasurer of SOARA, that was good. And that got me introduced to Costa Mesa. And I'm now a member of Costa Mesa Space Act, more. And a great deal of community service with the city of Costa Mesa, and also helping out the city of Huntington Beach with the air show and the City Marathon and all kinds of events like that. And probably second and most important, what a great bunch of people ham radio people are. And that is the crowning reason to get on the air. KI6DDB.
Thank you so much. Yeah, Kilo. I agree. I think community service, and that was a great choice. Yeah, I think that's an awesome opportunity. Mark, Kilo Oscar 6, Charlie Zulu Golf.
This was my first time on one of the nets. I've been in SOARA for about 2 years, but I had a hard time figuring out how to get my HP connected right. And Ray, my Elmer, who is N6NOV, just got me squared away on the phone a little while ago. So my main motives for getting on the air, one is emergency preparedness. I want to make sure all my equipment is working and I'm connecting to the network. My second is that I'm involved in a course that's starting shortly for CW Morse code. And they said, don't sign up for the course unless you have 10 CW QSOs a week. And so I try to get on doing tracing and activating. And we have what are called code buddies, where we talk back and forth. I talked to one up in the Bay Area. I talked to one yesterday in Colorado, where we have to banter back and forth and try to understand what each other is saying. Back to you.
Obviously, some other antenna things you can try. I'm sure I have a similar struggle. So far, it's working okay.
KO6 AIM said, you're 868, you're not holding the repeater. We're getting about every other word. 868.
I was just telling Mark, thank you for participating. Can you hear me now, Ray?
we got 100% of that transmission for the first time in a while. 86H.
Maybe a case of the low battery symptoms, but that one could be on me. We'll go over to Kilo Oscar 6, Alpha Oscar Lima, Mike.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for running the net, Ted. I think my motivation and actually my New Year's resolution was trying to learn Morse code. I've been trying for a while, and so to push myself, I've made a goal for 2026 to make my first real confirmed Morse code contact. So I think that's my big motivation this year. KO6 AOL, back to net.
Thank you so much, Mike. Yeah, it sounds like learning Morse code is on a lot of people's radar this year, so hopefully 2026 is the year. At this point, are there any other operators out there who would like to check into the net? Please come now with your name and call sign.
November 6th, Echo Sierra Golf. November 6th, Echo Sierra Golf, Glenn.
Number 6, Echo Sierra Golf. Go ahead.
I don't really have anything to say. I just wanted to check in. What's been nice about ham radio for me is meeting people, local people I would never meet if I hadn't been in ham radio. And I've met some really nice people in ham radio. Some are very technical, and it's helped me because they passed some of their knowledge on to me. And I've met airline pilots and people in radio control model airplanes, which is one of my big hobbies. But the biggest thing for ham radio is just meeting the local people that I would not meet if I wasn't in ham radio. So I'll just turn it back to who's running the net.
Thank you so much, Glenn. Yeah, I think the community is a huge part of it, and I think it's make or break for a lot of people. If you have a welcoming community, people stay involved. All right, we will once again take any check-ins who want to check into the net. Our discussion tonight is around what motivates you to get out your radio and get on the air. Any check-ins, also just check-in only is okay as well. Please come now. Nothing heard. I do know that often it is our lightest night of the month. We will start up at the top again with AE6H. Go ahead, Ray.
Good to hear everybody's stories about getting on the air, and now I now recognize, and I should have a long time ago, K6DDB. And Tom, yeah, our treasurer for quite a while at SOARA. So good evening, Tom. Good to have him on. And good to hear everybody else as well. KO6DGG, Mark, I now realize who you are, and you're very, very frequent in outdoor activities and portable operations as well. So good to hear him on. It's interesting to hear what causes people to want to get on the air. And I think hams by nature are communicative and tend to be typically sort of gregarious. So all of that helps as well. It's an outlet for those denizens. And with that, I'll turn it back to Ness. It's 868 over to Ness.
Thank you again, Ray. And yeah, we'll pass it on to Tom. Kilo India 6, Delta Delta Bravo.
Thank you, Ray, for those kind words. Yeah, it's kind of a reunion tonight. I've got nothing else to say except that everybody have a great new year. And 7-3, KI6DDB.
3's Tom. All right, we will go on to Mark, Kilo Oscar 6, Charlie Zulu Golf.
Time is very, very rewarding. And I just like to share that, getting into this, very around this neighborhood, parks running there, and public running. Yeah, I hate activations now. This park. That's like Morse code. Do go to Florida. Brad, you get a lot of them. Yeah.
Sorry, Mark, I heard maybe every fifth word of that. You were pretty deep in the static there. Do you want to try coming again right now?
Sure, this is Mark again, Kilo Oscar 6, Charlie Zulu Golf. moved around a little bit in the front yard. I was talking about that there's a lot of people getting into VW now, Morse code, and it's a mystery as to why. I guess a lot of it is soda photo. And I just was stating it's easy to do. Summits on the air, parks on the air with VW. It's not that hard to learn. All you got to do is be able to recognize and write down a call sign. Give them a script. It's really easy. I was sharing that I've done 8 activations in the local neighborhood, 2 summits, 6 parks. And that's not that difficult. Going from that to just doing a free-form conversation with someone, I realized I was at a pre-kindergarten stage, but I was saying it's very hard. I'm 70, it's starting a little late, but it's very rewarding. It takes a lot of discipline. Back to you.
We could hear pretty well, so thanks for trying again. Yeah, I think that's honestly that's a good example of just why to get into ham radio, how to use it. CW and Parks on the Air are both really great motivators. All right, next we will go to Kilo Oscar 6 Alpha Oscar Lima, Mike.
Yeah, thank you to Mark for his advice on sticking with the CW, even though I'm a very much beginner and struggling to make the most basic communication attempts. But yeah, nothing more to add at the moment. So back to you, Ned.
We'll pick up the end of the list here. November 6th, Echo Sierra Golf Glasgow.
November 6th, Echo Sierra Golf. I don't have much more to say, just I want to wish everyone a good 2026 year. And with that, I'm going to say 73. I'll be listening though, but I don't really have much more to say. I'll just stand by and listen. So back to net control.
Problem. Thanks for joining us this evening. I think that for me, the net is one of the opportunities that I get to just get out my radio every week, every couple weeks, depending on my schedule. And so I appreciate when people even just pop by and say hello. Real quick, we'll pick up any stragglers. Are there anyone else who would like to check into the net? Third, we'll make this our 73 round. We've already had a couple of people in their 7-3, so we'll start at the top and skip on through to those who are left. So up to you, Ray.
Ted, this is Ray, 86H, and my 73 round as well, of course, but just wanted to comment that some people have alluded to it, and you, as did you. Nets are a great way to check your equipment, your location, your ability to operate from your location, reach repeaters, etc. So net gives you the opportunity, and oftentimes you can get some good feedback and some learning goes on. And I bring to mind Gordo, WB6NOA's frequent saying is that with especially handheld, there are sweet spots and not spots. And maybe moving a foot or two sometimes moves you out of a not spot and into a sweet spot. Or conversely, you drop out of sight because you moved to a not spot. So just remember, sweet spots, not spots. Try to learn and remember where your sweet spots are around your home or where you normally operate from. And that will be a big help for you. Anyway, 7-3 everybody. Happy New Year. And this is 86H over to net.
Yeah, I find that my sweet spot and my not spot sometimes they're the same spot, so I got to figure out if I even move my arms funny. So, yep, you're absolutely right with that one. All right, 7-3 to Ray. Happy New Year. And we will pass it over to Mark. Go ahead, Kilo Oscar 6, Charlie Zulu Golf.
Man, I would just like to add, talking about nets, we now have nets for the Morris Code CW, and there's actually some interest in starting one later on in our SOARA lecture. But it's a new trend that's picking up. Some people claim it's the soul of amateur radio because that's where we originally got all our codes from. So if anybody's into it, I always call you to it. It's a struggle and a challenge, but once again, very rewarding. 73.
Always great to hear about the new net. Thanks, Mark. And finally, we'll pass it over to Kilo Oscar 6, Alpha Oscar Lima.
Yeah, have a good evening, everybody, and thanks again, Ted, for running the net. This is Mike, KO6, AOL 73. Back to you, Nat.
Participated and checked in. I think Ray hit it on the head. I love Nest just because it's an opportunity to check my radio, check my my kind of home situation, see what's going on, check my equipment. So thank you again, everybody. It's been a pleasure running the Nest tonight. I hope everyone has a great 2026 and hope to see many of you out there with your field day. This is Kilo Oscar 6 Alpha Mike closing the net and returning the receivers to normal operations.